This is Unreal for Rise Gaming, and today we are going to set up a config for your game. To do this properly, we need to remove the CFG folder from Steam. This to make sure we got a clean folder to place our new configuration file. To do this, go to your Steam folder, Steam Apps, Common, Counter-Strike Global Offensive, CSGO, and delete the CFG folder. To get this folder back, we are going to verify the game cache. Go to your Steam games, right mouse on CSGO, Properties, Local Files, Verify integrity of game cache. I will be back when this is done. Now we are going to check if our launch options are still present. If we go back to our CSGO folder, we can see the CFG folder is back in place. I have saved my config and auto-exec before I deleted the folder, because I already had it set up as I wanted. I'm only going to talk about my own auto-exec, since all the important settings are there. The first thing you will see if I open up my auto-exec is that it's based on the netcode CFG. The first thing to look at is the view model positioning. This determines how the gun shows up in your screen, how far it's centered and how far it's sticking out. Other players don't see this, only you. The next thing is bobbing and movement shifting. This is affecting how the hands of your model go up and down or from left to right when you walk. Next we have some audio settings and their rates and interpolation. If you play on a 128 tick server, you need to set it like this for optimal hit registration. After that we have some mouse commands, where we set raw input to 0. This means that it's off, and the same goes for mouse acceleration. Next is my crosshair setup. The top list is the crosshair when I start up my game. Since I play with a fairly small and thin crosshair, I like to have some bigger crosshairs for when I can't focus or see my crosshair on a certain map. This is why I have set up 3 extra crosshairs, as well with different colors and sizes. With a push on the button I can change these. Next we have our net graph settings to see our ping, FPS and rates during the game. Next we have the buy script. If I want to buy something, I can buy it by pressing a button. In this list you have my most used guns. If you want to buy something else, you will have to go through the buy menu. Below the buy menu I have some keybinds. For example, you can see that I use Q to duck and caps lock to switch to my last gun. This is the way I got used to it in playing Counter-Strike. If you want to set this back to Q switching gun and control ducking, just type this in the config. I also set up buttons to quickly grab my nades. Next to that, I have 2 different sensitivity settings which I use to play in with Source, and the ability to switch from left to right hand. At the end of the config we have some extra settings like the volume and not having the radar set to center. I will show what this does in game. Now I'm going to place the config and auto-exec in the CFG folder and I'm going to launch the game. To load up your config, type exec auto-exec in the console. I'm going to make an offline server in order to demonstrate some settings I have in my auto-exec. In order to show you how the buy binds work, I'm going to give myself some extra money. I bought myself an AK, a deagle and nades without opening the menu, and I can easily cycle through my nades. Also I can change my crosshair without going to the menu. And at last, you can see me moving around on the map while the radar doesn't move. This is because it's not set to be central all the time. I can see the whole map, which is really good during a competitive game. I hope you liked this video. The next video will be about controlling your gun.